This is Justin Case of America Newscape, joining our friend and lifestyle luminary, Joyce Rockwood, sharing progressive thoughts and suggestions on body nourishment and a healthier way to start your day. Greetings, Joyce. Welcome back to America Newscape.
Oh my goodness, it's so great to be back. I was looking at my notes and I think it's almost a year anniversary that we've been working together.
Oh my gosh, and you still put up with me. That's amazing.
And we're about to lose all my fans on this episode, I think.
Well, maybe not all of them.
Let's see how I can pull some more in. I'm actually really excited about this segment today.
All right. One of us should be. Joyce, you're here today to review the most popular beverage in the world, coffee. If you tell us that coffee isn't healthy, you're about to put some of our viewers into deep depression and hosts having tears streaming down their cheeks. But if the insights you share are true, then maybe there's a silver lining.
Silver, gold, everyone looks good in the metallics. It's like a fashion trend. Let's see what we can do for you today. So, yeah.
Okay. So tell us your thoughts on coffee. And if in your world, is this incredibly popular beverage healthy?
Oh no. Stay with me, folks. Don't tune out yet. You know, when people come to me, oftentimes it's so funny in the very beginning part of our integration, when we're working in one of my programs, they'll ask me, do I have to give up my coffee, Joyce? If I have to give up my coffee, I don't know if this is going to work.
Click, buzz.
So, yeah. But, the truth is, it's like, if someone's already asking me that from the very start, it kind of lets you know, like, maybe you already know this is not something that's so healthy for you. Like, no one ever comes to me and says, Joyce, look, if you tell me I'm going to have to give up my green juices and big salads, this relationship's not going to work.
There you go.
And I often wonder, like, why are people asking me this question if they really believe that drinking coffee is healthy? What do you think?
Well, it's one of those magical addictive substances. It's like the hardest thing in the world for me to ever give up was Diet Coke with aspartame. It wasn't the Diet Coke, it wasn't the caffeine, it was that damn aspartame had a hold of me.
Yeah, and I guess I wonder, if you were going to hire a health coach, the first thing they told you to do was like, okay, here's the thing. We're going to get together. We're going to go through some stuff right here. The very first thing I need you to do is start drinking more coffee. It's like, wait, what? You'd be like, who did I hire?
Well, this works with my pizza diet.
All right, so here's the breakdown. Let's break this down, and let's not break any hearts along the way. Okay. So coffee is highly acidic. Okay, if we're looking at the pH scale, it's about a 5. Now, I hate to say this, but it's about like adjacent to acid rain. So you got coffee, and then a little lower down or higher on the acidity level, you've got acid rain. So it's not a healthy option for the fact that this acid content is really depleting what we call the alkaline levels of the body, or the alkaline pool of your body. When we're born, we have an alkaline pool. We have a certain level of alkalinity in the system that is designed to be replenished on a regular basis. And if the foods we're eating are higher in acidity than the alkaline content, then that pool is constantly getting drained, and we can get to the point where things start to really get diminished and our health starts to decline. So when we drink coffee, we are using what we call the alkaline reserve of our system to try to neutralize this very counterproductive effect on our cells and in our blood. And so as that alkaline reserve starts to decrease, that high acid level in the body speeds up what we call the free radical, right? The free radical means that we have this pool, this alkaline pool getting diminished, that our cells are not functioning as properly. Our cellular reproduction is not happening as rapidly as we would want it to. And if we're eating a diet of more acid producing than alkaline balancing foods, then we can really start to increase the rate of rapid decline of our skeletal system. As we get older, you start to see a lot of people having like brittle bone disease, osteoporosis. And that's because the alkaline reserve is so deplete at this point that the body will use the minerals from the bones to handle this process properly, or instead, I should say. Right? So coffee is dehydrating. There's another reason to not drink it so often. Notice I didn't say to give it up.
Thank you. But there's lots of things that have been disguised to us. Tea. I mean, tea itself can be dehydrating as well.
Yes, agreed. And the thing is, it's the level of acidity, right? So coffee is thicker, it's heavier, it's higher in acid content. I'm not going to tell you that drinking, regular tea is the healthiest thing. It's actually just a step up. Right. So when I work with my clients, my goal is to take them through a process. It's not just to flip the switch, because that's not comfortable and it's certainly not realistic either. So let's just talk a little bit more about why coffee is problematic. And, sometimes knowledge is power. When you start to understand what's going on in your body with these things, it starts to give you the insight and the motivation to make some other decisions. So coffee is very dehydrating. That's why a lot of people who drink excessive amounts of coffee have premature aging. Their skin looks like it's got a lot of lines in it. They don't look vibrant, for lack of trying to be courteous here, right? So coffee is dehydrating. It increases the acidity, the bad stuff in the body, which means it decreases the alkalinity, the good stuff. Just again, breaking this down for you. Right. So the decrease in this alkalinity speeds up the aging process because it has this high acid pH, which is accelerating cellular degeneration. It's slowing down the production of those new vibrant cells that we want to have, so that when we wake up in the morning, we look beautiful and handsome. We don't look all, sallow and like pale and have all these dark circles under our eyes. It's not like heroin chic is not typically a highly sought out look.
I don't know what sallow is, but it sounds bad.
Sallow is like that pale white kind of look.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not that. It couldn't be that bad. I mean, I look like that in the morning.
Not too many people come to me saying, Joyce, I want to be more sallow. I want to be more pale. I want to have those dark circles under my eyes. How do we do that?
Exactly.
So, here's a little beauty tip, okay? Because I get a lot of people asking me about my skin. Now, it's not a pat on the back. It's just the truth of the fact that, when you really incorporate this healthier lifestyle across the board, you can start to see some dramatic shifts in not only in your energy and not only in your mood and your mindset, but also in how we look. I mean, I think looking good and being able to show up and feeling comfortable and confident is just as important as, increasing cellular health here. So I don't really think that the two are mutually exclusive. And I certainly don't think that one is more important than the other. So it's not superficial for you to want to look more beautiful.
Okay.
All right. So drinking less coffee or no coffee at all, if you're going to get to that point in your life, it takes time to detox, right? We don't just, like I say, we don't just take, what we're currently doing and just like obliterate it. We have to create some kind of transitional phases so that we can go through the process with some ease. Kind of think of yourself like a trapeze artist. Like, you don't just like go up on the highest level and start like swinging and doing the most complicated tricks. It takes time. We do some jumping around on the trampoline first and flipping in the air, and then we elevate. So we want to choose more alkaline options, right? This will help you avoiding all of those premature wrinkles and those dark circles we were talking about. And as I mentioned, I don't drink coffee, okay? And I truly believe this is one of the many reasons why I do get so many compliments on my skin. It is not just what I don't do, but it's also, okay, I do guzzle green juices and eat a lot of big salads, but I digress. So starting slowly, right? Maybe switching. Maybe you're not even going to take the coffee out at all. Maybe all you do is, if you're putting in some dairy creamer or some milk, maybe the first thing you do is you look at some oat milk or some almond milk or some rice milk, some kind of a nut milk, to begin reducing the inflammatory response of the beverage, right? Well, a lot of people use coffee also to stimulate the bowels, right?
Yes.
They feel like they get constipated if they're not drinking coffee. Hello.
Yeah, it's part of the morning ritual.
Yeah. And, when you're eating in alignment with proper food combining and proper order of foods, you should be able to wake up in the morning and maybe even feel like you're getting woken up by your colon that's saying like, hey, it's time to go to the bathroom. And the bowel should be operating in a normal way. They shouldn't necessarily need that stimulation, right? The thing is that when you drink coffee, it also decreases the stomach acids. That is also going to impact your digestion, right? So improving or increasing, I should say, those stomach acids that are unfavorable is also going to increase the levels of reflux that you might experience. So if you want to keep your poops in flow, it's important. Drinking vegetable juices is one of the fastest ways to start triggering that response in the colon. Drinking them on an empty stomach. We've talked about this, 45 to 60 minutes before you might eat a meal. Of course, drinking some water first to hydrate the body naturally. That's the best way to get the cells moving. And, moving slowly away from the coffee. It might mean maybe on one day you're going to do some chicory coffee. That's a healthier alternative. It's kind of like coffee beans, but the chicory root can be roasted and it can be ground up and brewed into a delicious hot beverage. Another alternative would be matcha tea. This is a type of green tea, so it does have caffeine. Yerba mate is another option that some of my clients enjoy, and you might too. And then chai tea. Why not some chai tea?
Chai tea.
And this one I think you'll like. This is a recipe, and I will include it in the show notes. It's golden milk. See, I told you we'd stick with the metallics.
Okay.
Golden milk is a rich, caffeine-free substitute for coffee. Okay, hopefully I have your attention. You can make it as a warm beverage. And what you're going to do is you're going to incorporate some really wonderful anti-inflammatory spices like ginger, cinnamon, which is great for quelling blood sugar, and turmeric, which is also anti-inflammatory and has like hundreds of health benefits, and some black pepper. And then you might want to maybe add in some cardamom or some vanilla extract or maybe a little bit of maple syrup. And that's a really wonderful alternative.
Well, let me jump in for a bit. I absolutely love coffee. When I first met Joyce, she started pounding on me to,
I did not pound on you.
She pounded on people. She pounded on me to cut back on the coffee intake. And, I had no argument. I mean, other than what I was doing was drinking about 4 cups in the morning and then 4 cups in the late afternoon as I got back to my desk and got to work. So I weaned the afternoon to tea for a couple days, and that was not fulfilling, but it got me off of that coffee. So the weaning process I'll probably do to start cutting back on the morning coffee, and I'll probably have 2 cups in the morning and a little bit of iced tea until my body makes that adjustment. And people talk about wanting to poop, which is very, very important. If you think about tea and
number
coffee,
one.
Think about
number
tea.
2 is number 1.
Think about tea and coffee. They're both very dehydrating, and that is probably one of the most important ingredients, other than eating food, to stimulate the need to go to the bathroom and to help in elimination. So we live in the desert Southwest where it's dehydrating just to walk outside. I mean, the temperatures will suck the moisture right out of your body. So dehydration is something that we have no choice. We have to do it.
Yeah, some people walk around with holsters and guns. I walk around with a holster and a water bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Super important. Yeah. So look, there's alternatives, and you don't have to, it's not about giving anything up here. Okay. It's about just transitioning and making some healthier choices and doing some modified, integrations and trying something new and seeing how that works for you. The truth is, over time, coffee is not going to support you in terms of any goals with longevity. It's a quick fix for, getting through the day, but it's not really supporting you with how to create more energy in your body naturally. And it's not supporting you with getting your bowels to function in a more normal capacity. There certainly are better ways that we can achieve that for you, that elevate your well-being and help you feel like and look like you're aging in reverse.
Well, plus sleep. If you're carrying residual caffeine in your system, it's going to disrupt your sleep patterns.
1,000%.
Yeah. So, all right. I digressed once again. So back to you, Joyce. Any other thoughts? What are our next best steps?
Yeah. So first of all, let's have you check out some of these other recipes. We've got them in the show notes for you. Check out the golden milk recipe. I'd love to know if you try it. Please comment below if you do. Let me know how it goes. You can always post other questions down below. And if you need some other suggestions, let me know as well. I'm here to support you. And if you'd like some other tips on how to keep your bowels in flow, then go ahead over to my website and click on the freebies section. And why don't you download the top 10 gut loving tips, because there's some really simple things that you can do there on a daily basis, one at a time, maybe over a 10-day period, that can help you start to really integrate some of these ways of properly nourishing your body so you can feel like you're detoxifying more properly and rejuvenating from the inside out.
Yeah, everybody. Joyce has helped me, even though I am quite stubborn and pig-headed. But she has helped me, and I'm very, very grateful for her energy that she's put into that. So this has been Just in Case.
I'm grateful for you too.
Okay, all right. This has been Just in Case and Joyce Rockwood sharing how to choose your best path to health. Thanks for joining us. Remember, free gifts, additional information, and links provided in this video's read more. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected, and please connect with Joyce in the links so you can learn some healthy revelations and how not to go bananas.